Blessings, you beautiful people, you beautiful beings of Earth. I have had another call to action from my higher being, but also from my heart space for you, so that we can get some clarity on what I am seeing and feeling this year, what's happening in the world at the moment. Um, and so I am not here to tell you what to do. I am not here to make choices for you. Use your discernment, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I do hope that and trust that you take some of this on board um, without fear, without panic, with discernment, and with trust. So I am channeling the messages that I am providing for you today in this space. I am not going to pull any cards. This is purely coming through from divine consciousness, from my expanded awareness to you. So let's begin. I'll go back to where this all began for me and what I started seeing. I mean, I've seen things over the last few years. I've discussed things, I've posted things this year, especially, and why I'm actually now doing these call to actions is because for me, it's I need to do the call to action. Like I feel it in me to share with you. There is, I could come home and be like, oh no, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to go and do my dishes or I'm going to go and fold my washing. And there is a very strong knowing in me. No, this is what you need to be doing. This is what you do right now. Like, so this is what I'm doing. So New Year's Eve, I was at a friend's place for New Year's Eve and we just randomly was like, well, let's do a card reading because it's what I do. And we all play around with cards and magic and have this awareness that we discuss. And so it was just, hey, let's pull some cards and see what's coming up for the year. And what came through was just so very clear for me. So what I was seeing, and I haven't shared this other than with the people that were there with me, and we're watching it unfold, and I'm like, okay, no, it's time for me to actually share this with the wider community, with the world, with the collective. Now, when I say collective, this doesn't necessarily mean every single person in the world. Okay, it may or may not um, have an impact on everyone. Collective for me, what I see is it's the general population. Okay. Now, as long as you stay grounded and adaptable, this is the word of the day. This is the word of the year, to be adaptable. Sorry, I'm actually just going to put my phone on silent because I didn't do that before. Yeah, adaptability. Okay, because things are changing and chopping and changing. So what I saw on New Year's Eve was the first 3 months of the year were going to be erratic, um, in two ways. Erratic in big changes happening, but also a lot of alignment. Um, so it was like it's the polarity. On one side of the polarity, there was um, so much joy and alignment and empowerment, and just I see on an individual basis so many people coming into alignment, like, and just being okay, right? And really, really feeling that they are going to be okay. There is just this knowing, and knowing that changes that are happening in their life, or changes that need to happen in their life, or choices that they need to make, they're okay with. um, and I'm seeing that on an individual basis with a lot of the readings that I've already had this year, that I've provided this year. On a collective, now, so that's on the one side of the polarity. On the other side is the chaos of what's actually happening in the world, because truth and power um, and it's ego power as well as spiritual power. Um, you know, there is very much this like push pull, and at the end of the day, the truth must come out. The truth will always prevail. I said it years ago, the way that we were living was not sustainable. Um, and this is the changes that's been happening, because the way that we were living wasn't going to be sustainable for generations. And so there, the crumble needed to come, the tower moment needed to come, and the instability, okay, to bring us back to what is authentic and what is in alignment, and how, you know, like bring things back into balance. Um, and also because the truth, your truth, it's not just the truth of the world, it's not just the truth that you're seeing come to light, it's your truth. So, as above, so below. Um, so, what's happening for the first 3 months is truth, alignment, shifting to bring things into balance. Um, that doesn't mean that that's going to happen in a good way, um, or a bad way. It just is. It's just happening in the first 3 months. Okay. So if you're feeling individually, you're feeling okay, you're feeling safer than yourself, you're feeling home, you're feeling so much more love and nurturing, um, intuition. If your intuition is more on point, that is very much also the first few months of the year. Going into the rest of the year, it's just gonna keep flowing. So the first 3 months, there is a lot going on out there. The call is to remain balanced within while that happens. And I feel like the first 3 months of the year, that is happening. This is where people that light is actually coming on, and they're going, hang on a minute, there is so much going on in the world, but I actually feel okay. More so than not. I'm sure there are people in the world that don't feel okay. If you don't feel okay, please reach out to me, because it will be your mind, or it'll be your knowing, and there will be fear and panic taking over. So let's talk about that, okay? Because I want everybody to know that we are going to be okay. The world is shifting and changing. The way things are done, the way life is done, is shifting and changing, but we will be okay as long as you stay grounded, stay balanced, and allow for adaptability. Okay, so what I mean is, I shared a call to action on the 19th of February in a post that said, make sure you have cash on you, and make sure that you have fuel in your car, fuel in jerry cans, whatever. Okay. You don't have to go out and buy 20 jerry cans, just have fuel. Okay. But it's also about being resourceful. So it's about just using what you need, not going overboard. I feel, again, this morning I had another part of that channel came through, that it was to not go and splurge on anything, on any big major investments or anything right now. It really is about living simply. Okay. So the first 3 months of the year was because there's shifting and changing. The middle of the year, the middle months of the year, the 3 months can then actually go into the fourth and fifth. It will be like a feed. And because then in the middle months of the year, I do actually feel the world going quiet. I see the world going quiet, Now, what I mean by going quiet is less productivity. Um, and this is about people coming home, okay? Home to self, so home to you, peace and balance within, uh, allowing, not allowing for your mind to take over and create fear and panic, okay? So this message is very strongly to not buy into the fear. Um, if if you drive to work every day, just think to yourself, be mindful. It may or may not have an impact on you, but just think to yourself, okay, is there another route to work that I could take if for some reason, I don't have a car? Um, is there a bus that I can catch? Is there a train that I can catch? Can I work from home? It's like, it's just, and it's not panic. It's just about saying to yourself, okay, I'm prepared to do that. Okay. This is where preparation comes into it. It's not as preparation is not just about preparing yourself like with cash and fuel and an abundance of oats in the cupboard. Like, it's about preparing yourself mentally and physically and emotionally, okay, that to be adaptable, right? Things are changing. They are changing. They've been changing for years. Okay. It's about riding with that, going with that, not to be, yeah, not to be afraid of change, not to be afraid of the adaptability, because this needs to happen in order for us to come into more alignment with where we are at spiritually, economically, um, energetically, yeah, and more going more into the era of intuition. Okay. Heart, intuition, and using your mind for what your mind needs to be, used, what it can be used for, not for cultivating fear, but for cultivating peace, for, doing the earthly things that you need to do while you're here. And so, and connecting to divine consciousness, like mind is great for that. All your being is great for that. So for the middle, I see the world going quiet. Now, this can mean that, like I said, that there will be changes. There could be social media blackout. I am seeing social media blackout. There could be problems with, I'm not going to say there could be problems. I see social media blackout. How am I going to word this? Can you give me the words to say this? I see FPOS machines not working. I see petrol Bowsers not working. I see or people going to use their cards or people going to put fuel in their cars and they can't. I just see things really simplifying. And so, yeah, resources, being resourceful for yourself and your family. I saw a post last week. I don't know who it was, but it's not anyone that was in my friend group. It was in just some other group, I think, of someone who was videoing in the supermarket. There was no food in the supermarket, and I'm going to say again, and it was like, oh my gosh, I hope the trucks, can come and fill up our supermarkets. Now, I get it because people are used to that. So I'm going to invite you now to have a look, do some research, see what fruit and veggie places locally are around you. See, start connecting with your neighbors and see if they are actually growing any fruit. Do they have lemons growing on their trees? Can you guys start exchanging that? Can you be like, hey, I've got this growing. How about we exchange this and that? This is what this year is teaching us. Okay. It is to come back into community, come back into simply live simply so that others may simply live. Okay. I used to use that phrase back when I was like 25, and it's just started dropping back into me again. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is where we're at. Live simply so that others may simply live. Start growing your own herbs, your own food, whatever you can. Chuck some potatoes in the backyard. I know that there are certain places, that can grow certain things. You can grow herbs inside the house. Or if you live on a balcony, you live in an apartment with a balcony, you can grow something on the balcony, and you can start exchanging with neighbors. This is about getting out of your comfort zone, and sharing and being a part of the community. Again, I'm going to say this may not be for everyone. I hope it is. I hope that everybody can do this. We are really in the era of bringing it back to community, bringing it back to self-sufficiency, adaptability. So my message to you is to be prepared, and prepared as far as having cash on you, having fuel in your car, but also being prepared to not have to go out every day, or being prepared to be closer to home, being prepared to stay home for a period of time. So, and yeah, and getting, and cooking things maybe that you wouldn't normally cook, or how you would normally cook. This is about just things changing on how you did things before, is being mentally and emotionally prepared. Like start reading books, because just for whatever reason, may not have a TV. And like I said, a social media blackout. Keep hearing ban as well. I don't know. And again, this is a collective reading. It may not affect Australia. This could be other places. Okay. I'm just saying collectively. And I'm not saying it's going to be for the whole middle of the year either. This could be in bits and pieces. It could be like one thing after another. It's been like that anyway, right? So, yeah, that's the message. To be prepared more so mentally and emotionally, for being adaptable. Okay. In the last half of the year, 3-4 months. Okay. In the last quarter of the year, the last 3 or 4 months, the way we do things is going to be different. Our world is going to be different. Going into next year, it's going to be different. It's going to operate differently. And that's okay. I'm here to tell you that's okay. Instead of fighting to resist, prepare to live more authentically. Okay. Yeah. So please reach out to me, because if you want to chat a little bit more, if your mind is racing, so that we can do a calming together. It is about dropping more into your body, whether or not this like channeling or readings or anything is your belief system, whether or not it is, I hope and I trust that you will take something from this, and use your own discernment and trust yourself, and what you're feeling. If what I'm saying is resonating, yeah, okay. So what's coming out of this is community and living simply so that others can simply live. Yeah, just breathe. Just breathe. It's okay. All right. We will be okay. I'm sending you lots of love, and yeah, reach out to me if you need to. I'll do more of these just to help us get through this period. So you'll be okay.